Now, I'm expecting to see some mid-lane bans targeted towards... Well, actually, wait. They are not actually playing with Master Ahri this game. So I'm not sure what Tweak's champion pool looks like. I know that in the past versus Astora, Orianna and Ahri bans have in common, but might not see any mid lane bans without that Master Ahri showing up.
Yeah, well, let's see what happens. J4 and Sejuani have been banned out, both power picks in the current meta.
Absolutely. I would say those are probably the only two S tier jungles. After that, there's definitely a falling off in power. Xayah, pretty common ban as well. Just one of the strongest laning AD carries, and it's still considered a hyper carry as well.
Yep, already.
Orianna taken away from Where's the Fun. I don't think he's played Orianna in any official matches yet. He played Ryze and Ziggs last week. Sona, kind of a curious ban. Must be targeting Overjoe there. Not a pick that's super in meta, but it's definitely very strong. It's an aggressive support that makes good use of the Ardent Sensor, which is a powerful combo.
Yep, and Orianna Galio taken away. Don't want to have any top lane help. No, don't want those big beefy tanks in the way.
Lulu's a pretty good first pick here. It's definitely the strongest support in the meta. I don't know if Lulu is actually that much better than Janna per se, but it's reliable and it doesn't give away anything about what you're trying to do as your team composition yet. It does give Astora the chance to pick up two power picks though, like potentially the Cho'Gath. It is going to be the Janna though, and let's see what Evil Zara locks in.
Yep, let's have a quick peek in and see what is picked up here. Janna, are they going to go for Kalista, Coffin, Zero, and Overjoe? Maybe try and go for a dominating bot lane against Dayquil and NyQuil. Let's see if they go for it. They're going to wuss out and go for the Twitch.
Twitch is really... he's probably has the biggest late game carry potential of any of the current AD carries, but he lets Bamboozle just go ahead and lock in the Tristana here if they want, or they can save it for a split later pick. And Tristana Lulu is, in my opinion, the single strongest bot lane duo in the meta, potentially even stronger than Xayah Rakan.
I think that's stretching it a bit much, but I could see where you're coming from though, especially with Lulu's trading power. But instead, Dayquil goes for Caitlyn, and Shen for Illegal Jesus is going to be playing through this bot lane, playing through that Caitlyn, who had a slight buff nerf on her early game, but her late game power is undeniable right now.
I actually don't agree with the Caitlyn pick. There is the Cho'Gath as expected. I'm actually surprised that they chose to leave Cho'Gath up for rotation there, because Bamboozle had the chance to take Cho'Gath instead of the Shen. Cho'Gath, of course, is a potential flex pick. You see it in top lane a lot more than in jungle, but could go either way. Ahri banned out here as well. Where's the fun? Actually, I would be surprised if Ryze gets through this draft. He had an incredible performance on it versus his week one opponents. He was
Cloud Genesis.
Actually 15 Cloud Genesis. Yes, he was 15-1-7 on Ryze last week.
Ooh,
so
spicy stuff. That's a spicy meatball.
That's a very intimidating KDA. So if they don't ban it here, I'd be surprised. It's actually going to be a Maokai ban though, which with the Shen already being picked up and Maokai jungle not necessarily being a super high priority pick. I mean, yes, it is one of those tier 1 jungle tanks, but I don't know if it's they banned the Gragas, which is what I was about to say. I don't know if it's a higher priority than Gragas. Yeah, actually, the jungle pool at this point is pretty shallow because you've got that Jarvan, Gragas, and Maokai, as well as the Sejuani, all taken away.
Yeah, let's see. Well, here's the thing. Oh, and Zach picked up for Evil Zara. That's definitely not something they're going to pick up. The Evelyn's wins rate is very questionable at this moment. But I would not be surprised to see a Rek'Sai taken here. Hipster Dragon falls onto the Rek'Sai quite often. In fact, it feels like they're more banning out the sub-jungler for Bamboozle's champion pool, which is myself, as opposed to Hipster Dragon. He has plenty of champions available to him at the moment, and indeed, like I said, there is that Rek'Sai. A lot of early game pressure on the side of Bamboozle currently.
Actually, both of these jungles are interesting because Zac and Rek'Sai can gank in ways that many other junglers can't. The burrow from Rek'Sai, of course, lets you come in unexpected directions, but the Elastic Slingshot, well, actually a Yasuo pick being locked in, that's very spicy. You've got knockups coming from
Yasuo! They didn't ban, where's the funds? Yasuo! They done did it!
Yeah, just in terms of early pressure, though, I think that with Lulu and Caitlyn in the bottom lane versus Twitch in particular, who is a weaker laning AD carry, that they're going to have a shove advantage in top and bot, which will really allow Hipster Dragon to focus his pressure either into the mid lane and trying to get that Yasuo to the 2-3 item point where he just
now here's
everyone all the time.
Now here's the thing. Where's the fun is a Yasuo main. And is a Diamond Yasuo main. And you weren't here for it, but he's actually, in the playoffs last season, we saw him play Yasuo ADC against 8-Bit and styled on them. So it's very surprising for us to see this pickup here, as it is normally permabanned against the guy.
Yeah, it might just be a lack of respect from Astora. It might be that they think that the Cassiopeia is a good pick into it and that they're willing to take that chance. But I think that letting a Diamond Yasuo main play Yasuo in game one of your series is a very bold move. And we'll see if it pays off.
Yep, sirree Bob. So here we are, waiting the 3 minutes delay, the most awkward 3 minutes in all of League of Legends.
Do you think that you'll see a Relic Shield from either of these AD carries?
I don't know. That doesn't seem to fit into at least Dayquil Nyquil's style, as they will, as they have a tendency to want to play to win the lane.
Yeah, I think that taking Relic Shield on Caitlyn is often a mistake as well, just because she has that long range that lets her poke very effectively. And if you don't get the extra little bit of AD from either a longsword or a Doran's blade, you lose a little bit of your trading power. Twitch, on the other hand, though, is a very popular Relic Shield user, but again, versus the Caitlyn Lulu, and the strength of that laning duo is you go for the Relic Shield, you go from losing your lane a little to losing your lane a lot.
Yep. So
at least in terms of pressure.
Alrighty, and Cassiopeia, how does that Yasuo Cassiopeia? That seems to be a little bit cast favored, as the W will stop the Yasuo dashes, correct?
I think it's a skill matchup. Yasuo with the Wind Wall, of course, can negate a lot of the damage coming out of a Cassiopeia. Strictly in lane, I think that Cass will have a pretty big advantage. Yasuo, of course, is a melee champion, so he'll be able to take... Cass will be able to lay down a lot of poke early on. I do think it's very much a skill matchup, though. I don't think that there's a large advantage either way. And if there is, it's most likely, like you said, in favor of the Cassiopeia.
Yep. Sorry, I'm busy flaming Jenka in all chat. But
Hey, man, that's my mid laner. If someone's got to flame him, let me know.
No, he's not watching the series right now that you're casting. Get under your mid laner, dude, and watch his analysts do work. So, a tradition we have in all my casts. What is your bold prediction for this series? For this game? Looking at these champion selects, what is your bold prediction as we load on in to game one between Bamboozle and Astora?
My bold prediction is that Twitch will get a Quadra and Cassiopeia will steal the 5th kill.
Cassiopeia will steal the 5th kill. All right. My bold prediction, Shen solo kills the Cho'Gath. Despite the massively poor matchup that Shen and Cho'Gath is for the Shen.
I don't know if it's massively poor. I mean, yeah, Cho'Gath has a little bit more innate sustain than a Shen does, and I don't think that either of them is really going to be winning that lane. I think it's going to be more about who gets more CS. Like, legitimately, the way you play that lane is when Shen walks up to get caster creeps, you just fight him, and you try and stop him from taking the creeps.
All right, well, here we go. Hopefully we'll get some more viewers. I don't know, did you guys not advertise this wonderful game we have on right now? I think we're the only Phoenix League action currently happening.
I told everybody from the games that I was trying to cast and then I messed up spectate on to come check out this channel.
Oh, so, we are being hosted by the other channel. Oh, interesting. Well, here we are, loaded on into game number 1 between these two squads. It's Bamboozle versus Astora. Once again, I am Syracuse, and joining me today is... I'm going to go with Also Roses, as opposed to your league name.
Yeah, Also Roses. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing how this early game pans out, because if Team Astora can pull ahead in the early game, I don't see them ever losing the lead. But if Team Bamboozle wins early on, then it's going to be a very close series, because I think that some of their champions don't scale quite as well as Astora's picks do.
So going for that early lead. We see this 5-man stack for Astora in this river brush. Cassiopeia may have been spotted. There is a ping. We'll see if they can get the cheese on here. Might have a bit of a late invade. Timer's going. There it is. Pings to go out. Knockup lands on the Hipster Dragon. He might have to flash out here. Indeed, he does. Mission accomplished for that 5-man stack. No flash on the Rek'Sai. Going to negatively impact his early ganks.
Yeah. Rek'Sai, of course, his 90% of the time, his most successful way to gank is to flash on Burrow. But losing that actually at just after 1 minute into the game, your first gank isn't really usually until about 4 to 5 minutes in. So by the time he gets to his second gank, his flash will likely be up again.
All right, well, here we are. Let's see how much that impacts him. He had to back, couldn't quite get the full health, so he can be here at the spawn time. Both junglers starting their bot side buff. Nothing too surprising here by that. We see the mid laners have met. Early-ish trading is occurring. Now, how does how do you see this bot lane matchup playing out?
Well, there's actually an interesting item choice from NyQuil here, who has gone for the more aggressive Frostfang start instead of picking up that ancient coin. So expect Lulu to be trading as often as possible to make use of that item. But it does mean that they'll be getting the Ardent Sensor significantly later than Overjoe, who has the Relic Shield in addition to his coin.
Well, here we are, bouncing around the map. Thank you to base directed camera. Ooh, there's some aggression. Maybe trying to use the Spell Thief's Edge, get some poking, force Overjoe out. Now he has used the shield on himself, and the trading Coffin goes half health down.
Yeah, he'll just go ahead and drink one of his pots, though. He'll right back up.
Oh, we have a first gank here top. Taunt lands, dodge the knockup. Oh, we go back to the bot lane as we see more extended train. But we're going to look back at this top as Choke at the Puzil flashed away from the gank. Direct to camera, bamboozling us like always. And we can see here Zach's charging that elastic slingshot. Does not land on Where's the Fun. He does get the Q. The wind wall dodges out, tweaks damage. Where's the Fun? Heads towards Hipster Dragon. There's the Q. Nothing. Oh, going out for it. No unburrow. Jungle action happening all over the Rift right now.
Bottom lane's going about as expected with the Caitlyn Lulu combo, of course, having a massive shove advantage. Hopefully Twitch will be able to pick up most of these CS under tower, though. But it's definitely a lot of pressure. And
oh my goodness. Overjoe's taking a bit of a beating there. All right. And you were talking about those variable gank angles. We see Evil Czar going for one right now in the bot lane. Doesn't charge up the elastic slingshot. Now he does, going for NyQuil. NyQuil flashes, but still gets knocked up. The Q lands, the double knock up in. NyQuil may fall. Indeed he does, to the poison from Coffin Zero. Dayquil's trying to kite out, maybe get some extra damage in, but that is first blood for the Twitch.
A very unfortunate flash from NyQuil there. Actually trying to flash the elastic slingshot, but still getting caught by the tail edge of that.
Yeah, very unfortunate, and that all that pressure that they had just garnered in the bot lane is seated there as the Twitch gets that first blood money. Though Hipster Dragon has been able to get the red buff of Zach here, noticing that he just never picked it up. Here's again another awkward path, trying to avoid any possible vision. Illegal Jesus trading with Young Narwhal. Young Narwhal's on the wrong side here, does get the two-man knockup, a taunt comes out. There's the knockup. Red buff is applied. We'll see some true damage coming out. Hipster Dragon's taking so much creep damage, but they get out as well, juggling the creep aggro fairly decently to get the kill onto Illegal Jesus.
Young Narwhal's flash was actually still down from the last time a Hipster Dragon came top. And I think if he had the flash there, he could have potentially had the 1v2 outplay.
But revisiting the flashless lane is what you expect out of the jungler. Just like we might see something similar from Zach here. Evil Czar charges the elastic slingshot. Still level 3. Does not have that extended range you see from a level 4 Zach slingshot.
Yeah, Evil Czar actually just needs to be clearing some of his camps here because he's already fallen behind one level in experience. Mm-hmm. And with Hipster Dragon having just picking up a couple of longswords and getting back onto the map, he's going to be clearing camps much faster.
Oh! Juking the ultimate from the Cassiopeia. Don't quite know what Tweak was thinking there. But we see here, Dayquil and NyQuil abusing Coffin and Overjoe because they never backed after that first blood.
Well, Dayquil actually hasn't backed yet either.
So it's still fairly even lane, in fact, advantage maybe going to the level 5 Caitlyn.
I would say that absolutely the advantage is going over to Caitlyn at this point because you still have that long range. You have a Doran's Blade versus a Relic Shield. Like, not only do you have the more aggressive starting item, but you've got the much longer range. So because of that, we're seeing them actually open up a slight CS lead, which will almost make up for that first blood money.
Mm-hmm. And here we are. Maybe a counter gank. Who is the one counter ganking who, though? As we see both junglers looking at this bot lane. They want blood. Hipster Dragon backs away, decides against it as I hit the wrong button. Oh, here it comes. Elastic slingshot being charged, going in. Dayquil does get hit. Gets knocked up, has not used flash yet, is holding on to it. In fact, dealing so much damage to Coffin. Shen ultimate's coming through. Hipster Dragon is here. They're pushing into Overjoe. Shen ulti is canceled. And it is, in fact, Astora who loses summoner spells with Janna's heal. Oh, NyQuil misses the Q. Almost gets the kill onto the support.
Yeah, Evil Czar continuing to hang out here.
Oh, here we go again. but he's the one who's going to get bamboozled this time. And Overjoe might fall. Flash away to safety. They're going to look to try and kill the Cell Division passive of Evil Zara. In fact, they do. And what was Overjoe thinking walking up there? Just gets hit by the Pixie of NyQuil. Hipster Dragon tunnels into the mid lane. There's the knockup. There's the Yasuo ultimate. Taking a half health. Does flash away and burns exhaust. No summoner spells. Chases out the Rek'Sai.
Just a very, very greedy play around the bottom side of the map from Team Astora here. Zach actually had 3 camps up on his bottom side jungle that he was ignoring to look for a bottom gank while there wasn't any pressure. I mean, honestly, what should have happened is Twitch should have backed after the first blood gold and picked up a couple of items. He might not have had enough to get that BF sword, but he would have been able to get maybe part of his first steal item. But because he didn't do that, he stayed in a lane versus the Caitlyn that had a shoving advantage on him and a trading advantage. And so they fell behind in CS. And then Evil Zara tried to force something to happen, but he's behind in levels, and he was... I think that his location was known because they weren't playing as aggressively as that Caitlyn Lulu bottom lane could have. I mean, yeah, they were pushed all the way to turret, but I think that really it's just over aggressive on Evil Zara's part and too greedy.
We see a gank coming in top. Never mind.
Rek'Sai is just going to be passing through. Yeah,
Alrighty.
If you look, though, you can see already there's about a 20 CS lead in the bottom lane and a 15 CS in mid. Mm-hmm. So Team Bamboozle definitely taking an early lead, even without their kills. They've just got a lot of pressure on the map.
Yep, indeed they do. Oh, Cassiopeia missing the ultimate, facing the wrong way. Maybe fat fingered that one.
The ultimates from Tweak this game have been questionable, to say the least.
Well, continues trading with the Yasuo there. We see Illegal Jesus and Young Gnarl trading in top. What do we think of Evil Zara Zach so far?
It's kind of difficult to judge based off of one early game, because I think that he misplayed this early game in a very large way by doing, I think it was 3 bottom lane ganks with only 1 good positive result. If he had been, pathing a little bit more efficiently, like actually picking up his camps and warding when it was convenient, instead of spending so much time waiting next to a lane to gank, he would be possibly even at an experience advantage versus the Hipster Dragon. But he has actually managed to get the rubber band experience and catch back up. But
he's even in CS
almost
now.
Certainly behind in gold.
Well, he was even in CS for a second, but Krugs do weird things to CS numbers.
Yeah, jungle CS is very misleading.
Here's the gank. No flash used. A little hopeful there, thinking where's the fun? Might be able to chain that with an ultimate.
Both mid laners actually roamed down for that, trying to see if they could make something happen.
Now, a quick question to our chat. How is the stream quality going? I'm not quite watching it on my phone as much as I keep up with it, just the chat, but let us know how stream quality is going. We had some issues with my internet yesterday, being usual Comcast shenanigans. All right, whoopsie. But here we are continuing. This game. Alrighty, so Evil Zara showing up in the bot lane, trying to alleviate some of that pressure. Dayquil and NyQuil with quite the massive CS lead. In fact, they just got first turret with that pressure. Where do you think they're gonna? Do they they were to rotate the Caitlyn and the Lulu now?
Well, the most standard rotation would be to go ahead and have them push it out and then send them top lane with Illegal Jesus remaining in lane to try and do a 4 or 5 man dive onto Cho'Gath. And then, after that, Illegal Jesus will go to the bottom lane and protect that tower. Picking up the Cloud Drake here, it's a low priority Drake, but since you are going to try and get your bottom lane duo out of the bottom lane, you lose a lot of your pressure on that objective.
All right. Oh, knockup comes out. The 2-man ulti from Yasuo. The tower dive. Zach making them the 2 tower dive. Not quite working out. Kills have not come out. Shen is trying to escape. No one dies yet. Shen has flashed out. But they do get the mid tower and force Astora away. No kills as of yet. The chase might be on in favor of Astora here. Or not. Bamboozle backs off. Excitement just for a tower.
Bamboozle really knowing their limits right there. They initiated the dive, forced everyone to back away from the tower, and then stopped pursuing the fight, took the tower, and backed away. That's, just really playing around their cooldowns very well. I think that they used both Illegal Jesus and Hipster Dragon's flashes, as well as Where's the Fun's ultimate. But certainly the resources that they traded in exchange for that mid lane turret is definitely worth it.
Indeed.
Caitlyn has quite a pair, to be frank, walking right up to that Twitch and autoing him down. Now that the mid lane tier 1 has gone down, though, Bamboozle is going to have the ability to rotate from each lane much faster than Team Astora. And
we have some action going on mid. Lulu ult saves. Where's the fun? Chase is on. Twin Fangs coming out. Hipster Dragon might be here to save the day. Dyke will take an incredibly low, but there's the knockup onto Tweak, and Tweak will fall with the Yasuo ulti. Cho'Gath's coming in from the back line, but is now the one that has to be chased out. Taunt does land onto him. Meanwhile, the rest of Astora are here. Hipster Dragon uses that ultimate to try and save himself, but gets killed by Coffin. Flash out by Cho'Gath and Janda. Astora are being chased down by Where's the Fun. He couldn't land the knockup. Overjoe will most likely fall. Indeed he does. The rest of Astora are dangerously low as Bamboozle looks to take down this tower.
Tweak had definitely had a little bit of tunnel vision onto NyQuil there. Running straight up into a Yasuo trying to kill a Lulu is quite questionable, to say the least.
Yep, alright. Let's see here. Alrighty, so let's see if we are gonna be fine now. You missed it. A dragon was taken by... Sorry about all these technical difficulties. A dragon was taken by Astora just now, and in their attempts to steal, Hipster Dragon fell, and in the mid lane we saw Dayquil fall. This game is now 9-9. Only 2,000 gold separates these two squads. Alrighty. Alrighty, but here we are watching the game. Stream is black for God knows why. No, it is not. Alright, well hopefully this will work out. And we'll stop having frames getting dropped. Okay, so even game at 22 minutes. Sort of. Only 1.7k separates these two squads, almost 2k. And Bamboozle, bit of some macro misplays as they are getting pushed around the map a little bit with the team fighting of Astora. The Infernal Drake did go over to Astora, and there was the scaling that also Roses was talking about earlier. Are you still there, my friend? We have lost also Roses. So, here we are continuing this game. They're trying to get a pick on a Dayquil and Nyquil in the mid lane. It's going to be a fight of the late game 80 carries. Oh my goodness, that was only 3 autos onto Overjoe. Caitlyn is coming online now.
Wait, have you lost me?
Are you back now?
Yeah. Yes, I messed something up in my settings when I thought I was going to be hosting the stream.
Yeah, but we should be back.
The subject of the scaling, I think that Cassiopeia, with the fully stacked Rod of Ages and completing the
Zach goes in. There's the ultimate gadget. Both Dayquil and Illegal Jesus. Dayquil immediately flashes out. Hipster Dragon's on the backline going on Overjoe. Overjoe is flashed away. Coffin has been forced out of the fight, but now is grouped back with the rest of his squad. Yasuo and Cho'Gath are looking to duel in the bot lane. And the siege begins in mid with a top wave that is going to start eventually pushing into Astora's favor. Oh, but in the bot lane, Hipster Dragon goes in to try and kill Young Narwhal, but that Cho'Gath is massive. It's forced to flash out. Evil Zara goes in, but misses the elastic slingshot, has to flash out himself. The rest of the squad is converging into this fight as it is now a bot lane siege.
That was just a miscommunication between Young Narwhal and Evil Zara, because Narwhal was out, and Evil Zara lost a lot of his HP for no reason.
Yep, and with the Cho'Gath out of the way, this tower will take some huge damage out of this 2-item Caitlyn. And his half health, those headshots doing major amounts of work. The wind wall comes out. They might get the tower here. Nope, they decide to play it safe, wait for the next wave, and indeed it is here. The wave clear comes out. That wind wall is denying a lot of the Cassiopeia wave clear of Astora, and Caitlyn does take the tower with that massive range she has.
Yeah, looking at the two primary carries of Where's the Fun and Dayquil, you can see that they both have massive CS advantages of almost 60 for each of them. That combined with the couple of kills they've each picked up, they're just at a very accelerated point in this game where they're beating their opponent to these important timings, like the Shiv, like the Blade of the Ruin King, and it just makes it so that it's very difficult for Astora to take a fight.
Well, here we are continuing in our quest to see which one of these two Onyx League's teams are better.
Of course, both teams coming in off of a Week 1 victory, so whoever wins this game will be up 2-0, while the other one will be 1-1.
Yeah, a lot on the line in those playoff standings. Now, the bottom 2 teams in Onyx League, the ones that don't make playoffs, will be in relegations against the top 2 from Pearl. So there's a lot at stake in just regular season placements.
Absolutely. Right now, though, I think that really probably one of the biggest problems with Team Astora's gameplay in this game specifically is their lack of vision control.
Well, they just it just got cleared out, didn't it? Oh, where's the fun? Gets the knock up. There's the ult, but Dayquil went somewhere else. The exhaust saving Tweak. Dayquil was zoning out. Maybe a minute of miscommunication there, or maybe just trying to give Where's the Fun the room to fight. All right, Evil Zara goes in on Where's the Fun. He is dangerously far out. The wind wall denying so much of the damage here. The ultimate for Evil Zara doesn't come through. Shen ult is in. Evil Zara, I mean, Where's the Fun? My apologies, is just 1v5ing here, literally. The Monsoon comes out, does get taunted. Janna is then polymorph. Overjoe falls. Who is next? There's no ultimate available on the Yasuo yet. The cooldown is a quarter left. The siege begins on the mid lane tower. Ooh, 2-man knockup. No ultimate to follow through, though. The root onto Cassiopeia. The misstep. Tweak may fall here. Indeed, she does. And the dive continues. Cho'Gath chomps the Rek'Sai. Hipster Dragon falls, but Young Narwhal, it will soon follow. Or maybe not, as that is a tanky man. And they're going to look to take this mid inhib tower. Alrighty. And Evil Zara will fall. At least the passive will get procced. And he is soon to take the death there. Bamboozle snowballing that one engage out of Where's the Fun into an inhib tower take, and now an inhibitor.
Things are looking very grim for Astora here. They do have a large wave crashing into the bottom lane that might buy them a little bit of time in terms of relieving pressure. But Bamboozle doesn't really necessarily even have to send anybody to answer it, because at this point in the game, that bottom tier 2 isn't a top priority for either team. Looks like they are going to go ahead and send the Shen down there to pick it up. On the Vision, the reason I was quiet for a minute there is I went ahead and I watched a lot of the game back on ×8 speed. Team Astora has had defensive pinks at a couple points in the game, but they haven't had aggressive pinks or even aggressive green wards at any point in the game.
All right, well, here we are pushing up mid. Where's the Fun going in? Just doing that Yasuo thing. Evil Zara tries to take advantage of the positioning, but just a little, not quite as much range as he would like. And it seems that the Baron control is in favor of Bamboozle.
There is a point we actually haven't touched upon yet, which is the fact that there's not any ability power on Bamboozle's lineup, which has allowed for the Cho'Gath and the Zac to just stack armor. You can see there's already the Righteous Glory and the Frozen Heart on Cho'Gath, and he's working towards his Thorn Mail. Once he completes that, it'll be very difficult for Dayquil or Where's the Fun to mow through that Cho'Gath, but it's gonna be very difficult for Coffin to position around the fight in a way that makes that Cho'Gath relevant.
All right, well, so skirmishing for Baron Vision. Let's see what comes of it. He who controls the Baron controls the game. Ultimate comes out, tanking Coffin just a little bit lower, nothing too major. The zoning ultimate from the Caitlyn. Legal Jesus and Young Narwhal are duking it out in the top lane. Young Narwhal going a little low, trying to use that percent damage off the E, off the Vorpal spikes. And trying to bait Astora into a fight around this Baron Vision. In fact, they decide, forget it, we're going to go straight onto the Baron. This Baron is almost half health.
With the Yasuo, of course, you can throw up the wind.
Evil Zara, does he have it in him? No, they don't get there in time.
That's likely going to be the game-ending Baron. With that mid inhibitor down, the Team Bamboozle can do two things. They can either continue to play 4-1 and let Shen push out the bottom lane while they send all their members top.
Flash from Coffin. Coffin gets caught out in the top lane. That's any team fighting presence. Gone.
Yeah, they're going to either lose the game or they're going to lose all three inhibitors. Cho'Gath actually is just soloing out the Mountain Drake. Soloing the Mountain Drake right now. He knows that there's nothing they can do to defend the base.
Yeah, just see how much damage they can mitigate. Tweak trying to go for the play. Trying to get some poke damage in. Gets them very low. Ultimate misses again, though. In fact, Tweak gets knocked up and dies to the ultimate for the opposing mid laner. And this will most likely be game here.
Tweak has not looked comfortable on this Cassiopeia. His ultimates have been unimpressive. Most of them have whiffed, and like that one specifically was just, even if he hit it, what was he gonna do?
Illegal Jesus just keeping Young Narwhal away from the rest of the team. They're moving down to this bot inhib. In fact, this Cho'Gath, despite his armor, could be the next one to fall. Nope, Flash saves the day. Ignite comes out, though. That is still a Cho'Gath against an all-AD team. He will not fall just yet.
Yeah, that Cho'Gath, he's not going to go down, but he doesn't have to. They can just take the base out from under him.
And indeed, that is what they are attempting to do. Cassiopeia tries to do what she can, but has to burn Zhonya's to stay alive against this Caitlyn. That headshot finishing the job, and Coffin will fall almost. And almost falls, but the Nexus dies. Yasuo does not complete on young Narwhal. GG's come out game 1 to Bamboozle.
That game, very interesting game. I think that looking into the next game of the series, Evil Zara is going to need to reevaluate his jungle pathing, because there was a lot of wasted time. There was times that he tried to go for lane ganks and nothing came of it. There were times when he spent a lot of time waiting for a counter gank, and nothing happened of it. I think that Evil Zara needs to either just focus a little bit more on farming, or he needs to be more proactive in his pathing, because just waiting as many times as he did set him behind in experience and set his team behind in pressure.